Hey there, colleagues and friends. Julia Monroe here from Exito, and this is video number 2 in my new series, You Need an Orals Coach. This video series is leading up to my webinar with Brian Hebel on the 9th of September, which is just about 2 weeks away. Not 1 week, as I mentioned in the first video of the series. Sorry about that. Okay, a few weeks ago, I posted on LinkedIn that if federal contractors planned to cheat their way through federal procurement using ChatGPT or another AI tool like it, that I hope you're ready for orals. Well, I had a few comments about, is ChatGPT really cheating? Matt Wagner wrote, how is using AI cheating? It's a force multiplier. Your bid still has to be truthful and accurate. The bid still has to be compelling. Are you saying that industry shouldn't be using AI? So first, I want to thank you, Matt, for challenging my statement because I always appreciate other perspectives, and I hope we keep the conversation going. But the short answer is yes. Now, I'm going to clarify about why I feel so strongly about this. However, I'm going to ask you to examine the situation objectively and be realistic. Okay, so AI, when used for good, can do incredible things. I am not diminishing that in the slightest. But AI without guardrails, without rules, it's a free-for-all. And let's be honest, what we have right now is a free-for-all. These publicly available tools are pulling data from more places than one person can possibly imagine. When you prompt ChatGPT, for example, you don't have any idea where the source information is coming from. AI also presents a similar problem to the content reuse problem. It's not really reusable. You've still got to edit for voice of the customer. Two great examples of that are both Army and Navy opportunities. Let's say, for example, that you have an amazing radio that you've deployed for the Navy on ships and everywhere, and you have phenomenal past performance, and you decide that you want to take your radio to the Army. If all your content in your AI tool is Navy and you think you're going to just crank out a proposal or an orals deck and go present that to the Army, then you've already lost. Why? Because you're not talking to them in their language. And we have completely skipped actually talking to the customer or solutioning. Everyone's so excited to crank out AI-based proposals and spray and pray them all over the government that they skip right past talking to the customer, gathering their SMEs together, and innovating. I want to pause here and say that I have personally witnessed federal contractors innovating and implementing some incredible solutions in my career, but this wave of AI-driven content seems to have distracted many federal contractors from truly solving problems. Again, I ask you to be objective and realistic. And let me be clear, if you've created your own instance of ChatGPT or some type of AI tool and you're not using the online version and you have legitimately quality checked your content to ensure it's your content with proper grammar and punctuation and all that, and edited to ensure you're using your customer's terminology, then it's not cheating. But again, let's be honest, most organizations are not doing that. And among the few who are, there's rarely adequate quality control of the content. I've watched staff waste hours trying to get a corruption out of a write-up or a graphic. But here's the biggest issue. AI-generated content reads like, as Cameron Scott puts it, and I quote, unless you're illiterate, it's pretty damn obvious to spot an AI-written message. It sounds smart, it sounds pithy, but it's not actually saying anything of substance, unquote. Now I ask you, do you honestly believe that a government evaluator can't see that? It's insulting. So yes, it's cheating. It's cheating because you are cheating yourselves right out of good opportunities. And the actions of the government reinforce what I'm telling you. With their shift to oral presentations and OT demos. In fact, DHS just awarded a $100 million opportunity from a 45-minute oral presentation. Are you ready? And that is why you need an orals coach. That brings us to the end of episode 2. For more actionable information about how to prepare for the coming wave of orals, join Brian Hebel and me on Tuesday, September 9th from 11 to 1 for a webinar that will empower you with real-world processes and techniques to tell a compelling story. And to ensure you get the utmost value from this webinar, send me any questions that you have about this orals wave. I will make every effort to include those answers in the training. I have already received some very good questions, but there is room for a little more tailoring. So send me your questions on LinkedIn by the close of business on September 7th, and I'll confirm with you if we can include your answers. The link to the webinar is in the post, and we'll see you on the next installment of You Need an Orals Coach.